Hi everyone, welcome to SlimChat. It's Tracy. And well, it's kind of I feel a bit of a fraud making SlimChat vlogs when this illness that I've got is stopping me from really getting on with a proper diet. Having said that, I'm not overeating. I did have a gypsy tart yesterday, and I don't know if you have gypsy tarts where you come from, but they are just amazing and they taste good for me at the moment. So at the moment it's whatever tastes good diet, unfortunately for me, because there's so little that does. Like, we couldn't be bothered to cook yesterday. We were in a funny kind of vibe. So we just had a little bowl of the pasta that I made. You know, I said I was making a creamy pasta. Well, there was some left. So we had a little bowl each of that. And then we had some toast later on in the evening. And that's kind of what we did. We just could not be bothered to go in the kitchen and make stuff. So Gary did knock together a little stir fry that he's going to take to work today. But I actually have nothing to eat at all. So I haven't got anything out of the freezer. There is some chicken actually that I have made. So I might pull that apart, unless Gary already has, and make something with it. If not, I've got to get something out. I know I'm going to have soup for one of my meals. I'll definitely have some soup, but at least that tastes okay for me. Very, very little does. It's just, and it's strange because something I have one day will taste bad the next day. I don't know, I just wish it would go. And I do feel like it's a little bit less painful than it was. But the worst bit is my tongue is quite painful. And even if it doesn't hurt me to eat it, you know when you get things stuck in your teeth and you kind of use... Sorry about that, I had a call coming. I usually remember to put it on aircraft mode and I forgot. So just checking. We are still rolling. So it took a while for me to register that the numbers were different. Yeah, because it's on its side. You know, it's never flipped back the other way. What was I saying? Nope, gone. This happened to me on my Rocks chat, on my other channel, Crochet Rocks. Something interrupted my chain of thought. It was probably me that time. And it didn't come back. It just doesn't come back. Come back. Come back, Jack. Come back. Okay. What movie was that from? Maybe, see, over on Crochet Rocks, I have a joke of the day and a word of the day. I've got a feeling this one, we should do a movie quote of the day. So, first one then. What movie was that from? It's a bit of an obvious one, but I think that would be a cool. It's just that I will forget to do it. You know, that's I've done it a few times where I've done my Rocks chats over on Crochet Rocks and forgotten to do the joke of the day. But I was in a hurry, a super hurry one of those days, so it's only been happened twice. The stupid thing was, it happened the day after I invented doing it. The second day, it was like, oh no. Whoops. It's COVID brain that is the problem, you know. I've joined a COVID support group for long COVID, and it's quite funny. Like, it's not funny, don't get me wrong. But what I find is amusing about it is I'll have a look and they'll list some symptom and you think that's nothing to do with it, you know, because it's like, how can I put this? I don't mean to be mean, but not everything that you're going to get wrong with you is because you had COVID, you know. How can I, some things, like when I had COVID, I had a bad throat. When I had my first jab, it made it worse. So I think, yes, that's definitely down to it. The brain fog, definitely. You know, as soon as I recovered from that, I'll forget what I'm talking about, and a word will just delete from my memory. Never used to happen to me before. My hair loss, you know, is coming out in handfuls. Yeah, I'd say definitely. But, you know, when somebody says, oh, I've developed IBS. Do you think this is, or whatever, you know, think, well, maybe we're going to develop IBS anyway. You know, not everything is down to the fact that you did have COVID. And some of them are quite obvious that they, you know, could be related to it. But some of them are just wacky, and it's thinking that, no, you're stretching now. You're just stretching, you know. If anything new develops, you know, people are going to say it's, oh, because I had COVID. Do you know what I mean? Don't mean it in a nasty way. It's just, you know, I always think that if you have your COVID jab and then, say for argument's sake, someone has a heart attack straight away, people think it's because of the jab. But it's not. Maybe they're going to have a heart attack anyway. I'm being a bit, I don't mean to be a bit hard, but that's what I mean. It's like when they say about all these clots that AZ causes. Well, I dare say there is more of a risk of having that, because there's more of a risk of having a stroke if you get COVID. So, you know, possibly there is a little bit more of a risk. But, you know, if I had my jab and then a little while later, you know, I suddenly had a heart attack, then I would be kind of like, oh, that's because I had that jab. But maybe it was coming anyway, you know, you just don't know. So that's what I mean. You know, some of us, I mean, if I suddenly develop, if I get blood tests done and that my sore throat and all my other problems, hair loss, blah, 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 all down to thyroid, perhaps it was COVID related. But like, unless there's like loads of people since they had COVID or since they had their jab that it happened to, and you could say there is a definite causal link there. But, you know, some of them are a bit of a stretch, you know, I have to say. But who knows, you know. It's one of those things, isn't it? Nobody really knows what. And it doesn't affect everybody in exactly the same way. It's just a strange old disease. And the sun's just come out really strong. And I'll have to close the blind a little bit. It's not a particularly sunny day today. Having said the sun's just come out blazing. But it isn't the most sunny morning. Oh, that is good. It's always so much nicer when somebody else makes it for you, isn't it? Because Gary just made this for me. It's black tea, by the way. And this is a nice mug that one of my subscribers sent to me, because this is Crochet Rocks mug. But, yeah. No. For reaching 5,000 subscribers, I've almost, well, on the road to 7 now. So today I haven't got anything for dinner. That's probably what I was talking about, wasn't it? And, yeah, no idea what to make. Terrible, really. Nothing excites me, apart from a gypsy tart. That excited me a little bit, because it was something nice and naughty that tasted good, because chocolate tastes vile. And it's weird that, you know, bread can taste bad, can taste all right. Just, I don't know. I just wish it'd hurry up and go. I'm fed up of it now. I really would like to find some nice recipes as well and get some more cooking videos done. Can't wait for the kitchen to be done. Now we've got the table and chairs. Table and chairs got put together yesterday, and I've got used to them. They're so comfortable. That's what I was talking about on Crochet Rocks. I just forgot, and something interrupted my chain of thought. Yeah, so in the front room where I have my computer, I sit on a stool. I'll continue it here. I've now got one of the tables, like chairs that go with the table, because we've got 4. But in the kitchen, to have 4 takes up quite a lot of space. So I've got one by the computer and one just in the corner of the room. But Gary said, why don't you do away with this chair? Because it takes up a lot of space. You don't find it particularly comfortable. And you could put the other dining room chair in there for when you're doing this. And then we could just bring it out if we need it for dinner. And I thought, well, that's a bloody good idea, actually. Might do that, but then I've got used to swivelling. That's the only thing. I do like a swivel, you know, and a wheel So if I want to get some yarn out, I just, wee, I've gone, you know, things like that. I'm looking really fat today. I'm really annoying it. Every time I look at it, it's like, oh, chin's looking a bit bad. I need to stop eating the gypsy tart. I will. I've only had one, so it's gone now. But just need to get back, you know, back on track. I can't wait really for this to go so I can get back on track. One way or another, at least I have an appointment in June. Everything seems to be happening in June. Second jab in June. ENTs in June. Get the kitchen finished in June. It's all looking good. And maybe some decking out the back. What we were planning, as in the rear of garden, is making a raised area. It's my idea. Putting some decking in a raised area so that we can sit up there and we'll be able to see the sea, because we will then be at a higher level, so we'll be able to see over the fence. Because that's the only reason we can't see the sea is because the fence is, you know, next to our neighbour's fence. So if we do that, we'll have a platform where we can sit and we'll be able to sit and have I would like a sort of maybe table and chairs up there, or the love seat thing up there, so that we can just sit, and we've got a little table at the side. So yeah, it'd be cool. There's a few things we've got to do out there, like we've got to make the hard stand in and get some better bolts and things like that, and then put my mum's swing together. They call them hammocks, but it's not, because a hammock is like a lay-in thing, isn't it? But it's just like a swing with a frame, and it swings. A bench swing. So that'd be nice to get that back up. I do need to start doing some preserving garden furniture. They all look like they need it. I did buy last year some outside paints, only they've been garried, you know, he's put them away somewhere, never ever to be seen again. I have no idea where they are. So yeah, need to find those. We need to sort everything out and have everything in its own place. Anyway, I know this is not really dietary related, because, you know, my life at the moment is not conducive to any kind of diet. For me to do Slimming World at the moment, most of it tastes disgusting. For me to do keto, everything would taste disgusting. So yeah, you'd think with everything tasting bad, I'd be scared really thin, wouldn't you? Oh well, never mind, it will come. So I'm going to get off, upload this, and get cracking with the day. Having said that, cracking, I wonder what eggs are like, if they're good for me or not. You know, if they taste nice or not. I never know until I actually eat something. It's like we have these steak crisps that they're called Roysters, and we both really love them. And they're slightly higher in sins than, say, something like Skips or Whatsits, which are brands of crisp, if you didn't know. Well, they're more like puffs and they melt in your mouth. Well, the Roysters are nice because there's steak flavour in them. They're a bit crunchy. I did worry that they'd hurt my throat a little bit. But yesterday I opened a bag and I took one crisp and I thought, ugh, that's vile. So I had to give them to Gary and I had Skips. So, which I'm okay with one packet. If it's a large packet, I have to watch it because the roof of my mouth gets a bit inflamed. So obviously there's something in there I'm allergic to. A lot of these things that have coatings on, including cereals like honey nut cereals, I can't eat them because I'm allergic to something in them. And I'm okay for a while, then all of a sudden the roof of my mouth will swell. And, you know, there's ridges up there. Well, they become huge ridges. Well, you can't even feel the ridges when you do that. Anyway, beside the point. Wish I didn't have so many food allergies, that's for sure. So I'm going to go upload this and I will see you soon. I'm still on the hunt for good recipes to do some more cooking and stuff. Some recipes up there. And I'll let you know when I've got one. So bye for now. The one thing I will do later on is a live stream over on Crochet Rocks. If anyone wants to join me, feel free and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.